Happy day, happy day, happy day. Welcome to Miss Karen's dance floor, where we ponder, practice, and play, being authentic, full-hearted, fully present, full-send humans on the dance floor of life. That's what Miss Karen's dance floor is all about. And this is a little series on music festivals. Like, what are they? Why would you want to be in it? Why would you want to come to one? What's it all about? So last week we did an episode on talking about the why. We filmed it at Homegrown Music Festival in Bend, Oregon. And this week we are here in Veneta, Oregon. We're at a place called Havenroot. It's magical. It's a magical space. This is called Folk Forage. And this is a music festival that's a camping festival. So everybody's camping. In fact, this is the beginning of the festival. We're just getting started. We got sound check going on the main stage. And we're going to talk about how you prepare yourself for a music festival. How do you arrive? And when you're there, what's it look like? That's what we're talking about today. And I'm going to do a little dance floor at the end. And hopefully maybe ask some of these beautiful humans here why they come to festivals. That's what we got planned. That's the idea. That's today's plan. So, welcome. So, as always, before we get on with the plan, I'm like, there's not really a lot of people here in the immediate vicinity. But as always, I encourage you to arrive right here, right now. However you're watching this, whatever's happening, take a moment and just let yourself arrive in that space. Take a deep breath, whatever it means to you, to know that you are here in this space. Yeah. And I'm here with Hahn. And Hahn has volunteered to be the most magical flip chart you have ever seen. And yeah, so let's talk about it. Preparation. All right, as in last week's episode, but just to recap, I think one of the first preparations you do at a music festival is do a little research on what you're getting into. And sometimes that really, for me, that's kind of dialing into the producer. Who's producing this? What does that look like? What kind of vibe is it? Figure that out. That's a little like the little homework to do. That's what I would say. And gather important information about the festival.
Ooh, it's also in here.
When you arrive, what's expected of you. The festival will send you that, right? You'll get, when you buy a ticket, they'll give you an email and you'll get all that information. Keep that. It's really important. There's a reason they tell you all that stuff. You got to make some decisions. You got to actually make quite a few decisions. And the more that you can make those decisions as your authentic self, you're making those, right? You're choosing. That is your will. Your will is choice. So you get to choose what that looks like. You get to make those decisions. Hopefully, you're going to let love lead the way. So when you're making those decisions, you're factoring in love for yourself, love for others, and love for this beautiful earth that we call home. And what was that? Oh, yeah. And like, say so much yes to like the now. So some of the decisions, wardrobe. All right. If you haven't noticed, if you've watched a few episodes, my wardrobe is white. It's always white. That's me. That's what I do. But a lot of people, when they come to festivals, use this as an opportunity to have fun, to dress up, to wear things that maybe you wouldn't feel comfortable wearing to the store. Hopefully you go to enough festivals and you might feel comfortable wearing anything to the store if it's your true expression. If it's what you really want to do and how you want to express yourself. This is the festival environment, is that place where you can explore that. But again, come back to have it be you. And sometimes that means playing around and like, I'm going to dress up and I'm going to wear sequins this time. And you wear sequins and you're like, I didn't really like the sequins. They're kind of scratchy and I don't feel comfortable and it doesn't make me feel good. Well, then don't wear sequins anymore. Find what works for you. Be you. Crew. You kind of got to decide what your crew is. Are you going solo? Are you going with one special person? Are you going as a whole big 10-person or big, crew? Again, listen to your own knowing. I'm kind of a solo person. I like being by myself. I like rolling by myself. And so that's how I do it. Some people really like the big crew, right? And they all dress. I love seeing them. I love seeing people walk up and they're all together in these costumes that match and they're like a crew. It's fabulous. That might be for you. So kind of decide what you want to do with your crew. Oh, camp. Oh my gosh. How many decisions do you need to decide about your camp? Find out what it looks like. Find out how much space you have. Find out if you can drop your stuff up right where you're going to camp or if you're going to have to haul it. Because if you bring disco balls and couches and a whole bunch of all this stuff and you got to haul it through the woods, you might not be having as much fun as you wanted to be having at this music festival. So you got to decide what your camp looks like. What do you want to bring along? What do you want to have? All right, nourishment. Again, find out what's offered. Some music festivals don't have any food vendors at all. You're on your own. You got to bring what you need, bring what you're going to eat for the whole time. Some music festivals have lots of vendors. Some music festivals have things like, we have a potluck tonight. We have a potluck tonight on Friday night, and on Sunday night we have stone soup, which is a communal meal where everybody kind of brings all the little bits and pieces that they've got and brings some broth, and we make this big stone soup and gather together and eat. It's magical. Some festivals you can buy a meal plan for the whole time. So check it out. What does it have? And know that, well, they're a lot of fun, music festivals, but sometimes a lot of fun involves a lot of fun. And sometimes a lot of fun takes a lot of energy. Right. Well, and you don't want to go away at the end of the weekend feeling worse than when you got there. And the way you do that is nourish yourself. Water, electrolytes, the food that you like to eat that's good for you. I have some friends that dial it in. They've got dialed in food. I kind of dial in the basic. I get through it by the end of the weekend on the minimal that I can do and still be healthy, and then I kind of catch up on Monday. But nourishment. Decide what you're going to do with that. All right. Where we got next, Hahn? All right. So that is sort of basic preparation. So now we're talking about real preparation. Preparation that means I'm preparing to go to a music festival and have a transformational merriment. That's what I'm calling transformational merriment. And that might happen by accident at music festivals. If you're showing up fully, it just might happen. But to really help it, here's some things. Intention. Before you go, set an intention. Why are you going? What is your why? How do you want to feel at the end of this? What's it all about? What is the magic being that you are? What are you going to be when you're there? How are you going to show up? How do you want to do? And I mentioned this last week, but I want to say it again. This is an opportunity to come to a safe environment with people that are also there for the same reason, to connect, to be authentic, to not have to worry about what I have on and what all the things that I just I can go and have fun with other people. And I get to practice being my most authentic self with other people. It's an opportunity to really do that. But what does that look like? You got to have that intention. Like, well, how do I want to show up? And sometimes you decide that, and in the very beginning, like you could decide that, okay, I'm going to show up and I'm really quiet and I'm really reserved and I'm going to talk to people. And I'm going to do that. And I'm going to, at the end of the weekend, I'm going to have at least one connection that I have made with another person. And that could be your why. That could be your reason. That could be your showing up. And then when you show up, if you go to yoga the first thing and you walk away and you didn't talk to someone, you just go, okay, all right, keep trying, keep doing it. Show up to the next thing, show up to the next thing, and keep trying. If you don't have an intention in your mind, in your heart, you're just kind of like freeing in the wind. And you can do that too. You can make that your intention. All right. Gift for the collective. I have this under this category because I think that it's really powerful how we show up to others. And I love to see how people show up for the collective. The little gifts that they bring, the magic that they share. Oh my gosh, there was bubbles. I wish it would happen right now. There is bubbles coming out of there that like have smoke in them. I've never seen them before. They're like smoke bubbles. But there are those people that always show up with bubbles. So they show up with that little gift to give to you, that little trinket, that little something, a little bite of something. Because the more that we're in service to each other, the more that you give, the more that you get. And in this environment, I think it's even like tenfold. And I will put out there that I think that a gift made from your hands or your heart is the best thing ever. I one time literally just sat and wrote little notes at a festival to people that I saw, and I didn't know anybody. I was there by myself, and it was like early in my time with festivals. And I just sat in a chair and I would watch somebody and then I would write a little note about what I noticed about them, about how bright they shone and whatever. And then I would hand them that little note and just, as a little token of something. And somebody told me recently they still have that note, like probably 5 years later, they still have that little note. So it doesn't have to be a big deal. It's just how you feel like you want to make people's day a little bit brighter. And I think we mostly do that by being ourselves and showing up to the showing up, right? With our heart. All right, what do we got next? Arrival. All right. When you arrive, first thing that I'm going to suggest is when you arrive, the first person you're going to see is probably somebody that checks you in. And that's going to be a volunteer of some sort. And that's your first opportunity to know that this is a different thing that we're entering. It's a different kind of event. And that person will probably look you in the eye and they'll probably smile and they'll probably say welcome. And they'll probably really sound like they really mean it because they do. They're really excited for you to be here. And that's what it's all about. And so breathe. Take that to be that first moment of like, I've arrived, I'm here. And there's a lot to do in that first amount of time because the first thing you're going to have to do is set up camp. And there's the landing, right? I was going to say, I called it my first iteration, and I haven't come up with a good enough explanation for it, was the land grab. Because in a lot of festivals, camping festivals, You have limited amount of space that all of these people are going to fit into. And so and it's not like a campground that says, here's your site. Some festivals do have, like, if you have a field and you might have some kind of site that is like, here's your footprint. And some festivals it's an open forest. Make yourself at home, set up camp. So it kind of becomes that land grab where you get in there and you get settled. And you set up your camp. When you're setting up your camp, be aware of those around you. Again, it's the next environment to say, these are going to be my neighbors who you're setting up a camp around. This is a whole different thing. See them, welcome them, introduce yourself. Hey, we're here, right? Set up your camp with those people in mind that we're all together. And then arrive. So set up, the best thing to do is kind of get there, set up camp, and then get to know the land. Walk around, figure out where the water is, figure out where the bathrooms are. What else do you need to know? Figure out where the stages are. If there's showers, figure out where the showers are. Get the lay of the land. Kind of make yourself at home, figure it out. And while you're doing that, I like to kind of invite you to, it's a time to kind of practice the idea of sprinkling magic wherever you go. Again, it's a whole new thing. Nobody knows you're doing it. It's all in your head. It's all in your heart. But as you walk around and you're exploring it, it's like you're dropping little bits of magic everywhere. And if everybody's doing that, that's what makes these spaces so alive, is that we recognize our energy, we understand it, and we spread it everywhere. Sprinkle that love. Particularly get to know where your camp is. Sometimes it's really good to put something in your camp, some kind of big flag, because what your camp looks like sometimes when you first set it up, if you've never been to such a camping situation at a festival, you'll go, I remember the first time I was like, where is my tent? There's just a sea of tents. There's a sea of tents. Where is my tent? And sometimes it's late night and you can wander around for a long time. Yeah. Yeah. You need to get back?
I think so.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, no. You're good. I got this and I'll steal that from you.
All right.
Thank you so much, sweetie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see you. Yeah. Thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that last thing about you're gonna be my thing? Yeah. The arrival. Yeah. Camp. All right. Oh, light. Flashlight. Being able to, like, either a headlight, flashlight, get yourself back to your camp at nighttime before it gets dark. Understand all that before it gets dark. That's like a little tip. All right. The other part of that arrival is what I call situational awareness. That first walk around, pay attention to it all, right? Because it starts to change as you people fill it up, and perhaps as you might indulge in juices that might take you into altered spaces, right? It's good to have a general idea of the flow in a state of awareness. Understand that situational awareness. And I'm also going to say, how you move. I'm going to get up for this. This is kind of like in this, like, this is now an opportunity to practice and play. And I see out in the world so much of how we walk in our spaces is so much like people are just walking through life kind of like this. Go to the ghost store and watch people. have this be an opportunity to everywhere you go. How do you want to move? What is your groove? Carry it with you. No, move with that energy of flow, of I am here. I'm a badass. I'm a masterpiece. I am beautiful as hell. I am. Right? Because we all are, every single one of us. We are all that, right? Be that. Be it full on. This is the opportunity to walk into spaces and be your full, magnificent self. So, there's that way goes to camp. So coming into this meadow, it's at an arrival point. Almost everywhere you go, there's an arrival point, sort of like that would be like a threshold. That you can kind of feel like I've entered a new space. Sometimes that space is like a traveling space, the pathway to and from, it's still a space. But every opportunity where you're entering a new space is an opportunity to reset, to reimagine, to check in. Oh yeah, how am I doing this? Right? Okay, new space. Look around, recognize who's in the space. Clock that. Humans? Yeah, beautiful humans? Yeah, all right. Here I go. And enter and come into that space and recognize that you're there now with all these others. It's just a whole different way to move instead of just kind of I'm going from here to there and not really thinking about the people in between it and not really thinking about how I'm moving physically. Let yourself move with enjoyment and listen to your soul. If your soul tells you to go sit by the fire and just watch the fire, go sit by the fire and watch the fire. If your soul tells you to go spin, go spin. If your soul tells you to skip, skip. If your soul tells you, listen to that knowing and have fun with it and play with it. All right, I think there was one more. Nope, that's it. All right, let's see if I've got some people that want to kind of do, where are we at on time? This is live. 4:45, perfect. We're doing this live. This is if you've watched any of these episodes, this is an episode that this is going to air on Tuesday, and we're filming it now. So it's not live, but we're filming it like it's live because that's just my style, right? I'm just about, this is real. This is us in the moment. So we're going to see if anybody wants to join us for a little bit of Miss Karen's dance floor. So if there's anybody out there that wants to do a little sort of energetic beginning to this festival as a collective, as before we eat dinner, then we're just going to do a little movement exercise right here in this space. It'll take about 10 minutes right before dinner. If you would like to join me, please come up to this general area and join me in this little bit of energetic communion together. Get this weekend started off right. This is who is who is ready? All right, come on. Do you want to join us in a little body warm up, a little gathering? All right. All right, let's just get started with just a little bit of Be here in this space now, right? Feel your feet on the ground. Maybe even close your eyes. Let yourself be here in this space. Maybe if you have not yet, maybe think in your head about what your intention is. Why are you here? What do you want to, at the end of the weekend, how do you want to feel? What do you want to get out of this? What's that look like? Yeah. And just kind of like settle into your heart space. Maybe just put your hand on your heart so you kind of get into that, tap into your heart space. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. All right. So we are all energy. And so when we are on the dance floor, or we're on the dance floor of life, we're always energy. People feel us before they see us. They really do. So the more that we can understand that, and this is an opportunity to really, the dance floor is an opportunity to express that and to see what it feels like. And so the way to start, to get everything, is start with just a little like loosening, like start with your wrists. What this does is it brings this fluid into your joints. So just let your wrists go and move it into your elbows. See all the different ways you can move your elbows. We got, right? All right, and that goes into what? The shoulders. All right? So then get your shoulders into it. And even like, just get them, like move them like you've never moved them, right? Ooh, move the whole thing. And then you move down to the next set of joints, which is those hips. Yeah, get those hips. Move those hips, circle them around. Yeah, get those hips. And that takes us to the knees. Oh, yeah. So how can you move your knees? All the different ways you can move your knees. Woo. Yeah. And guess what's next? The ankles. The ankles are that next joint. Move them around, stand up, right? It's also good, you can do that, is a good balance. Like practice your balance while you're moving one of your knees, ankles, kind of things. It's always good to play with your balance. All right. And that moves us up to that, like our torso, right? Our head. Duh. The whole thing. Just keep it moving. And now, like all that good fluids in our joints, right? And then we're ready to move. And so it starts with just a little back and forth. Just find yourself a little back and forth. And let yourself maybe pick it up a little bit. And shake it, you know. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just get a little movement into that, right? And what I want you to do is I want you to walk around, and I want you to introduce yourselves to each other via some kind of body part. Say hi with some kind of body part. No words. And that could be eyes, right? That could be elbows, that could be hands. And just with the music, take a little groove around. this little flow right here. Yeah. And then also while you're doing that, see if you can't feel that energy of that other person as you're walking by. See if you can't tune into that. See if you can't recognize it. Yeah. Oh, we got some bubbles. Wow. Yeah. All right. And I will remind you that always that when the music is on the stage and you get that's like that next level of energy, right? You get this with each other and then you get that from them and that comes and we get to move it on the dance floor and sort of turn it into something else as we're, as we're moving. It's like the alchemy of all this energy. That's again part of why I do this. Thank you. Yeah. The last part of this, you guys that are left, if you want to, is just to do a little shake. And the idea in the shake here, in this space, is to take anything that you do not want to bring with you into this space that you might be carrying in some way, and maybe you don't even know what it is. But that's the intention here, is to just pull yourself into that space of like, okay, now, and shake it. And when you shake, your palms open, that sends energy. That's like, don't keep your palms closed. That kind of like tightens it. Open it up and shake. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. You know what? I just learned, I think I just might figure out how to twerk, because this is the little thing I just learned. It's like, whoa, if you like plant your feet and then it's like you're trying to like send energy into the core of the earth and shake that way. And I was like, oh, that moves my body in a whole different way. But that's maybe what, but it feels really good. I'd never done that before, like really pushing into the earth and shaking your body. And it's like, whoa, and letting your voice, the whole thing, right? Yeah. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Thank you guys for joining me for this part of it. Look forward to seeing y'all on the dance floor. Yeah. Woo! Thank you. All right, this has been Miss Karen's Dance Floor, where we ponder, practice, and play being authentic, full-hearted, full send, fully present humans. That's the idea. Oh, I had it there. I want it. This is funny, because this is a big thing for me. In your preparation, I'm gonna make a couple suggestions. Garbage bags, pack it in, pack it out. At festivals is a thing. Let's do that. Even if they're not asking you to do it, do it. Don't bring more than you can't bring back. Don't bring boxes of new stuff that you're going to unpack and leave boxes there for somebody to figure out how to. If you imagine how much garbage can be accrued at a music festival. This is my food, right? I have it's a food, a spoon and a fork. I have my bowl / plate and a napkin. And I have a cup that I could use for any kind of beverages that I might want to purchase, or if somebody offers me, I have a cup. A little personal mess kit. Have, that leave no trace, not have a bunch of garbage. So, I'm glad I saw that. Okay, there we go. We're going to wrap this up. Next week, Tuesday, May 26th, we're going to be back live, and we're going to be back at the Haven. If you've watched any episodes, we did a 6-part series on the gallery. It's called The Gallery Experience, where there's a musician, a wordsmith, and an artist each week, and we talk about, well, being an authentic, full-hearted, full-send human, because that's what this is all about. And so we're going to do this live from the Haven on Tuesday. If you're in the Portland area, come. I'm going to roll up the doors and we're going to have audience. It's going to be a panel, and we're going to talk about, you went to a festival and now what? How do I integrate that in my life? What about the learning of it? And a whole bunch of things. I got a whole bunch of great guests on it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I look forward to seeing you again then. Until then, remember, you are a beautiful masterpiece. Absolutely beautiful masterpiece, just the way you are. And I love you. Happy day, happy day, happy day.